right, man. Torture Talk. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Man, how y'all doing out there, man? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, man. So look, man. DJ Head has a lot to say about Drake's deal when it comes to UMG and Frozen Moments and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think what he's saying is very interesting because some of the stuff he's saying, he reveals I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he revealed it because now I can learn more about it. And so he's talking to Elliot Wilson and their other co-host there. So before I get into that, I got to get a spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me a hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. You already know what it is. I'm in here. Tomorrow morning, I'm back in the gym again, So, what that would be this morning, you know what I'm saying? Because this is pre-recorded. All right, so look, man, let's get it, man. Hope y'all having a good morning, man, and everything and all that good stuff. Let's go. All right, man, so look, man, we're going to get to it, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
He said contains false allegations and caused significant harm to his reputation. As per Drake's lawsuit, the song includes damaging claims including accusations of pedophilia and calls for vigilante justice against him. Drake has also argued that UMG knew all about the lyrics of the song and the images used in the music video and still chose to publish the track for profit.
I know that there's a suit going on between Plot Twist and UMG, right? So it would be people. I see people on both sides of the fence saying, "Well, why would they let him drop music if he's suing?" You brought that up before.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they would.
But it would prove their point if they didn't.
Yeah, why wouldn't they let him drop music, Elliot? Why wouldn't they? I think this is the reason why a lot of people kind of like think Elliot is a thing of the past, because a lot of times I think a lot of these so-called investigative journalists, hip hop journalists, they don't really do no research. They just basically go off of the way the old guard used to be. They don't go into, or they don't try nothing different. It's like, oh, well, this is what it is and this is how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously things update, things change, Elliot.
Allow him to drop music. They just want to make money. Going back to our earlier episode, the bigger picture, record companies just want to make money. They don't give a fuck about your cause. They don't give a fuck about who died and they don't give a fuck. They just want to make money.
Yep.
So they don't care about who they make money with, and that's in the same capacity. So if he wants to drop music, by all means, drop music. You still owe us money.
This is what I said to y'all before, right? It don't matter what the messaging is. The artist has to come up with the messaging. The artist has to be creative enough to come up with the messaging so this way they could sell. Now, the record labels don't care. You could do drill music. You could do conscious music. You could do semi-rock. You could do anything. As long as they get into the bag, that's all they care about. What's the hits that you trying to make? That's all they care about. So Kendrick Lamar is an artist who is a conscious artist who's successful. He's the biggest conscious artist of all time that's successful. You know what I'm saying? He's bigger than Nas. You know what I'm saying? So he's the most successful, right, at what he's done. I will say that I can't call Kanye a conscious artist because he's really not. He used to be, but he's not no more. But Kendrick Lamar is basically, he's stuck to his guns and he got to where he's at today. Record labels don't care about Kendrick's messaging. They only care about if Kendrick Lamar can sell records off of his messaging. That's all they care about. You know what I'm saying? Now he's in a different space because now he's listening. He's doing his own thing, but still, They don't care. They care about the money that they're gonna give you something, and they want you to give them triple back. That's how it is.
So that would be the point. Do they count that as a UMG album?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So here's the thing. If you look at when the album first dropped, it was labeled a certain way. If you look at how it's labeled, now go up a little bit. Go to like the Hug song and shit. No, go up. So the Hug song is listed as what? Who's the artist on that?
Drake.
Okay, now look at Lasers. What does that say? Up.
Party Next Door and Drake.
Exactly. So the songs listed in the DSPs as just Drake songs, UMG eats the majority share of those songs.
The solo songs.
Yes, Drake is not independent for all you streaming morons.
And
And I said this. I told y'all he was not independent. I told y'all. That girl on the show, the last show, I told y'all. Drake is not independent. And I'm telling y'all what he's going to do. All of those songs that's on Party album, or Party Next Door, Drake can remove his songs off of there, and it will just be a party album, and then Drake can make his own CD and say, well, this is my album. He could literally do that. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't think he's going to do, but he can do that. But, you know, keep it going.
Biggest streaming songs on the album are Drake songs.
Solo songs, Nokia and
so the songs that they have,
those are the ones that are going to chart top 10 of the Hot 100.
UMG gets the lion's share of those records that are listed as Drake. They're not going. He's not an independent artist. He can't do what the fuck he wants to do. It's not how the music business works. Go down to the bottom, Jeremy Hecht, and look at the distribution credits.
2025 OVO Sound under exclusive license to Santa Ana Label Group, and OVO under exclusive license to Republic Records, a division of UMG Recordings.
Exactly. So, moron part one. Whoever's saying making this point. One.
Why you got to put people
Volume
down?
1.
Well, it's not the people who don't know. It's the people who speak.
Don't know.
No. It's the people who speak with authority that they know the music business. Who don't?
They think they know.
They don't participate in the music business. They operate adjacent to the music business.
He's absolutely right. You got a lot of people who some of y'all don't even operate adjacent to the music industry. Y'all just basically just talking, just to talk. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all would just say anything to give Drake a win. And I just don't think that that's a good look for Drake. I think Drake, he's so entrenched in a lot of y'all bullshit that y'all just constantly keep on throwing it. And it's not going to work. It's not working. I don't see how anybody don't see that this guy, he's not independent. I don't know why y'all keep saying that. He's not. Oh, he's taking on the music industry, Drake. Like, Drake? Come on, bro. He can't even beat Kendrick. You think he's going to beat the entire music industry? Okay.
So, morons number one, moron subsection group number one. He's not independent. He's not an independent artist. He can't do what the fuck he wants to do. Okay, they're gonna get their money. Moron subset number two.
You show that DJ Envy said he could clear his own stuff. You did say that yourself.
Clearing is not the same thing as just dropping music with no ties to where it is that you're licensed.
That's wrong, because he can't clear his own stuff. Because here's the thing: a lot of these people don't understand. They just be saying anything sometimes, right? You got to remember, Drake did drop songs on his account and they deleted them. Now, the thing is, before Drake used to be able to do these things, they didn't care because he used to put music out and then they'll catch up with him later. But now he puts something out, they block it unless he gets authorization from them. He dropped a song on his Instagram or whatever account, Finsta or whatever, and what they do, they blocked it. So he can't clear anything. Before he was be able to just drop something and then they don't catch up with him, the DSPs. And all them songs he dropped, red, green, blue, and No Face and all them joints. I think No Face is not even on his joint. I don't even think that's even on his YouTube. I think that's on a different account. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
To go to. You can clear your own. That's like a sample. That's not the same legality.
He can clear himself on Nokia and those records, but then UMG still gets the majority of the money.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what happens when you sign a deal. They have exclusive rights. If you go back to Prince doing a record deal, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why likeness is included in record contracts is because of Prince. When he changed his name to the artist formerly known as
symbol and all that,
a symbol, he beat the record label and didn't have to give them their licensing. So when they started including likeness, because what Prince did was, all right, the record company's not fucking with me, fuck them. He went on tour, he sold out all these venues, and you got a free album for every concert ticket that was bought, right?
That was early.
And so when he did that, he fucked the record company. So that's why likeness is included in your record contracts, which is why niggas like this can't just do whatever the fuck they want. Moron subset number 2. What?
This is my favorite subset.
Moron subset number 2 is they're like, oh, well, UMG is gonna hold him back from. Why would I? If you're signed to me, and I gave you, let's say $400 million, and you owe me some money, why the fuck would I want you to get out here and go get my money? You know what I'm saying?
You might be, if even.
Yeah, that's true. Why would you think that UMG would hold him back? They want that money. They want to make money off of him. You know what I'm saying? They want to. I think a lot of y'all got it confused. Y'all think that Drake is in control. Drake ain't in control. You think Drake is doing these tours for nothing? Why y'all think he's doing these tours? He ain't gonna really. I think he's only doing these tours out of the country because he knows that he can sell out. Here, he don't even know if he can do a tour here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. People will clown him here. They will. You got some people that still love him here, but for the most part, if he does a tour here, people gonna clown him. Not to say that everybody's gonna clown, but he's gonna get a lot of hecklers here. He could get away with it over there because he feels like that song ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? But here, yeah, different.
You said don't go on tour, and then I'm like, I actually really want to go on tour. Man, like, okay, cool. Then give me the money when you.
Bro, go get my money.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how you get it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's my 2 cents of that. So shout out to Moron Subset 1 and Moron Subset 2. And my favorite song on here is...
Wait, one last thing on that. So, but you're still saying that Santa Ana, the OVO imprint, owns the majority of the record?
No.
They don't.
The Party Next Door parts of the record.
Well, most of them are listed as Party Next Door featuring with Drake as the second artist. So the majority album is still listed that way.
8, 9, 10.
In terms of the
11.
track.
Not necessarily. And just because that's the case, they're still getting paid because of Drake's likeness. It doesn't even matter if there is most of the songs are Party. I think most of the songs are Drake on that album. But Drake's on every song. Drake is on every song, except maybe 1 or 2, I believe. But most of it is Drake.
12, 13, 14, 15.
And in the bottom credit, we say Santa Ana first, and then we say Universal Republic.
Right.
So
but
they're still playing secondary to that structure in a sense.
I don't want to. Okay.
The reason why that is probably, I'm just going off of what I think, is because it's supposed to be a party album, Party Next Door album, featuring Drake, but it's a Drake and Party album. So I believe that probably the way they set it up was, since it's a Parties album, we're gonna get paid first, but it doesn't matter because they all making a percentage off of it, and I'm sure UMG is probably getting much more than what the other company is getting, and the other company is probably paying UMG.
Fine, but I can't say too much about that because that's not my business to say. But I will say that UMG is
active.
UMG is definitely participating in this project on a large scale percentage wise.
So that still is a turning point. That's never happened in hip hop history. I'll tell you that. And it makes sense why it would in this case, because of the artists of Drake's stature, and they want to make them.
Well, that's not necessarily true. How this breaks down. So it's the same thing as like
he's still suing him. He has not dropped a lawsuit.
Yeah, but that's feelings. That's not business.
That's stupid.
He's not. They didn't get to the suing part. It's just. Well, they haven't even gotten to. I don't think there's even a date. I don't know. I mean, the people saying he's suing. Yeah, he did drop and he's suing. So I guess that's true. But I don't think it's gonna go any further. Somebody said he amended the joint, but I need to read up on that. Let's keep it going.
Big business.
No, I'm saying how the temperament of how someone feels. Like the organization as a business doesn't have you as an individual, as Elliot Wilson, might have a feeling towards Drake. The company Uprocks or Hip Hop DX doesn't feel anyway. It's a business, right? So the temperament is, yes, what you're saying, but the legality of the situation doesn't change. You drop a project, all right, give me my percentage.
But most times you don't let if Meek if Meek Mill falls out with Atlantic doesn't say Meek Mill put the record out. They shelve you. This is what the history is. Drake's in a very unique position being who he is because he's Drake.
No, I disagree. I think it's, hey, bro, you owe us a lot of money. Go get my money.
Young Thug and Gunna. Young Thug could be against
business is business.
But you're going to be YSL for life, dude.
Business is business.
Whether I agree with you, how you moved in court or not.
You understand?
I'm not letting you out of your YSL. Dude.
Business is business.
What Elliot talking about? Like, what are you talking about, Elliot? He's making a point and you're rambling on about YSL. You're going to be with me for life no matter what court or not. Like, what are you talking about? He's not talking about that. You literally going into a whole nother topic. Like that's not what he's saying. I know you try to connect the two, but no, what are you talking about, bro?
That's how you looking at it?
No, but that does happen sometimes where like if you get into a dispute with the label, even if there's money owed on in advance, they're just like, all right, well, we're not putting your shit out. That does happen a lot.
Yeah, that's the one-on-one is to bury them. You know this is a different case.
Yeah. Yes and no, but there's nuance to that. Most of the time when that thing happens, the artist drops a song, doesn't perform, drops another song, doesn't perform, drops another song, doesn't perform. More than likely what happens is the artist has ran through their recording budget or their production budget, and now they don't have room or money to record. And so now it's just like, well, the label's like, well, you ran through your budget.
And they can't make the money.
And they can't make the money, so go figure it out.
One last thing though, also with the leverage,
I think a lot of these artists are they don't have a business mind state, and I think a lot of listen. Let me tell you something. If I was an artist and I got in advance, the first thing I'm doing is building a studio and hiring an engineer. That's the first thing I'm doing. I'm building my own studio, hiring an engineer, and I'm having my own in-house producer. So I'm not gonna have to worry about paying for a lot of this stuff. Not. I know some of y'all want to go to the greatest studios ever, but Wankster wasn't even mixed down and it was successful. I'm not saying that you should do music that's not mixed down, but point I'm making is that some of that stuff that y'all be spending on $3,000 an hour, like you ain't got to do all that, but you just want to do it anyway. Oh, this is the best you can get. Like, if you ain't successful yet, but I think Drake has a recording studio in his crib. I think he do. So, but yeah, let's keep it going.
That he does have OVO, Santa Ana, his own thing. That helps the situation go through, right? Because if it was just Universal, it's still more complex. I don't think they would put out a full Drake branded album.
I think they would.
I don't think they would. Then why bring Party? And why wouldn't Drake just do an album? Why
what's a Drake album?
Party angle.
Now that's
why did Drake do a Drake album as a Drake Party album?
Because that's a him.
The reason why he did that, in my opinion, the reason why is because he wanted to test to see if he was still that guy or more or didn't fall off as far as people, purchasing and stuff. Because if they didn't, he can say, well, this is a Party's album and Drake. You know what I'm saying? He can throw it all on Party. Because if Drake was to just drop an album on his own and it was bad and he only sold 250,000, then it'd be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I believe. So let's see what they say.
Call
him. I don't think they would. Then why bring Party? And why wouldn't Drake just do an album? Why
what's a Drake album?
Party angle.
Now that's
why did Drake do a Drake album as a Drake Party album?
Because that's a him call.
Him call.
That's him doing.
No, it looks like majority minority. That Universal serving as a minority partner in the distribution of the overall album. But to your point, they're going to eat well because the bigger records are going to be the solo Drake records. Even if he only makes 2 of the fucking 21 tracks of that.
He's using them using Party so he can get his sneak disses off. Hidden in an R&B project.
I didn't say it. Party said it. Party said it on the album.
I just think that this is no disrespect to Party. I would much rather Party, and I've heard things, but I'd much rather Party just do his own thing as opposed to like allowing himself to be.
Well, that's another big theme, right, Jeremy? Like that we feel Party underperformed here. What we thought a Party Drake album would be in terms of R&B, Sonics and all that. Party seemed like just a sidekick to this record.
Yeah, well, it was one of those things where like it felt to me a lot like what's happened in the past where Drake's production end, and Party has a little part wherever it makes sense, but this is not a Party Next Door album. Like, you barely hear, like, and the parts that
All right. Yeah, I definitely think that that Party and Drake album to me was more focused around Drake and how he felt and what he wanted to do. And my thing is, like, I think a lot of people don't understand this. Drake, to me, Drake's ideas are in shambles because you said this album was a love making album, and you're dissing people on the album. You know what I'm saying? You're still coming at people on this album. I just don't know. It just fell flat on its face. And I think that although I don't really like Party too much, I would rather had him just did his own thing. And I don't know why Party would probably be much bigger if he wasn't signed to Drake. In my opinion, I think he would be. But either way, man, thank y'all for joining me this morning. I appreciate y'all. I'm out of here, man. Y'all have yourself a good afternoon. 12 o'clock show coming up. See ya. Peace. Bye.